Rumble is come and gone, and we will be talking about everything that happened there and what's going to happen next for the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yep. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. Joined as always with my good friend Hollywood Frank.
Let's do this.
You can catch us here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about all the news and wrestling. You can also follow us on social media, scrolling below. And yeah, dude, what did you think of the Mania, man? I mean, what did you think of the Rumble?
Not that good.
I think it was better than last year. But that's not saying a lot.
No.
That you know, with that being said, we'll talk more about it. Malicito, sup, people? What's up, Malicito? You safe going home, brother?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Leg kick. Hello, the Wrestling Council. Hello, leg kick. So leg kick, Malicito, you guys watched the Rumble. What did you guys think? What did you think about not just the Rumble itself, but the two matches that were on the card? Because we had Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. And of course, we had the phenomenal one, AJ Styles versus Gunther. Which I thought that match was fantastic. We'll talk more about that though. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack with this particular Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Yep.
There was a lot going on, and
Yeah, see, like kicks with me, meh.
yeah. I will say, I will say this. I don't want to get too far into it because, you know, we don't want to bury the lead. But considering this was the first Rumble
Outside the United States.
Outside the United States, yeah, and much less in a major market like Saudi Arabia, I was expecting more. I was definitely expecting a little bit more.
The singles matches were better than the Rumble matches.
Yeah, there were a couple of moments in the Rumble matches that I thought were interesting. But yeah, overall, like, especially because there was so much, especially with AJ, because there's so much drama involved with that.
4 matches, 2 Rumbles, 2 solo matches. That's it. And the 2 solo matches were better than the 30-man, 30 women over the top Rumbles.
Yeah, it was. And I don't know. Like I said, we'll talk about it. We'll talk a little bit more about it when we get into it. Because I think the psychology of this was a little weird this year, especially considering, like I said, it's such a big thing. The fact that it's in Saudi Arabia, it's like you said, first Rumble outside the United States, first Rumble in Saudi Arabia, which is this giant market now, and you would think that they would pull out all the stops, but yeah, it was a little predictable. But go ahead and wait a little bit longer here, get more people in here. Leg kick, man. Yeah. But yeah, and it's going to be, and not only that, but it's going to be interesting. With like the ramifications of this going forward to Mania, because they definitely that's the one thing I will say that feels like they used both Rumbles to set up storylines heading into Mania, but I don't know if I particularly like the storylines that they set up going into Mania. So we'll talk more about that. But before we do that, as always, getting into our favorite segment, a little something we call the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is an even number, so it is this guy. So my good, AJ freaking Styles, the phenomenal one, dude. We talked about the fact that match that he had with Cena was hands down the best match that Cena had on his retirement tour. If this is the end, because obviously there's something we got to talk about because something happened at the end. He went out on a high note because this match was freaking awesome, dude. It pretty much ended the way we expected. We'll talk more about that, when we get into it. But just the fact that, goddamn, dude, he is so good. He's just, what is he? He's what? He's 48 now? Just, let me see here. Let me pull it up here. He's 48. This dude's almost 50. And he could bang like this. Good God. And like I said, I've been watching this dude for 20 years. Because I didn't get into TNA. I didn't get into TNA when everybody else did, when it first started and everything. I had to go back and watch all that stuff. But, bro, and I know that he would kind of disagree with this. He's as good now as he was 15 years ago. That's how freaking good AJ Styles is.
Yeah.
And Gunther, how you guys know how we feel about Gunther. We're high on Gunther. Awesome match. Loved it. And I love the fact that Gunther was selling the calf crusher during the Rumble.
Yep.
That was awesome. We need more of that kind of stuff. You can't be in a blistering match, 45 minutes before the men's Rumble and then show up and then walk in and act like you're fine. So, but that's my good. My bad. Predictability. I'm gonna go with leg kick on this. Especially the women's Rumble was very predictable. I was expecting a little bit more surprise. Like I said, I didn't think we were going to get anybody like major from outside WWE or TNA or NXT, but I expected a little bit more. And they went with the safe win. In my opinion, they went with the safe win on this one. So, and like I said, considering how big this Rumble was supposed to be and how big of an event it was supposed to be, this just felt kind of pedestrian.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, Leg Kick said, I don't care about Reigns winning. He never wrestles, and if he wins it, will never defend the title. Most lazy world champion of all time. I see a lot of people upset about Reigns winning there. But here's the thing, though. We were talking like for the last few weeks. Me and Frank been talking about this. We knew it was going to be one of two people. It was going to be him or it was going to be Breaker. And now that Reigns won the Rumble, Breaker's going to win the friggin' King of the Ring. He's going to win the King of the Ring, and he's going to get his shot at whoever wins between Punk and Roman now. So, and of course that's going to lead to Seth coming back, and then there's going to be a big thing between him and Seth. And by the end of this year, Breaker's going to be the world champion. He's going to have one of the world championship belts.
Right. Roll that back. You said he's going to go after. He's going to win Elimination Chamber and do what?
He's going to win. He's going to win the Elimination Chamber, which gives him an automatic title shot.
Correct.
And he can't cash it in at WrestleMania.
Yes, he can.
Well, if he wants to make it a 3-way.
Nope. They did that before.
Oh yeah, technically, yeah, he could wait till the winner, whoever wins, and then take him out.
Nope.
What?
Elimination Chamber. They've done it before. You win Royal Rumble, you get whoever champion is, like Reigns picked Punk.
Yep.
Whoever wins the Elimination Chamber gets the other champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that the plan is it's going to be a 3-way.
Right. So it's not going to be Braun Breaker winning Elimination Chamber.
You don't think so?
Nope.
You think they're pulling an audible on this one? Because that was the original plan, and we all know that was the original plan.
Right, but before it's in the past has been Elimination Chamber. You get the other title shot.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say this. I think them deciding to pivot was a good idea because it makes what's going to happen in the future predictable. But how many times have we seen them flub this? So hopefully they won't. But I still think he's going to win it, dude. I still think he's going to win it, and he's going to challenge whoever comes out at WrestleMania. Now see the good Andrade versus Swerve, the bad my lack of caring for the WWE product, the ugly Hunter promoting himself over everything. Yeah, that's interesting. You said that because my ugly, all this talent that WWE has, and the big promo that they do for the Royal Rumble is Triple H gooning over himself. Now, let me make this very clear. I like Triple H. I've always liked Triple H. I think he's woefully underrated. I think he's one of the biggest figures of his generation as far as the impact that he's had. Would I put him in at, top 20? Probably not. But he had a big impact. Hey, Big Daddy. What's up, guys? Guys, go check out Big Daddy's channel. Go learn from the original learning tree. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Score one more for the good guys. What's up, Big Daddy? What do you think about the Royal Rumble, Big Daddy? I especially want to know what you thought about that match between McIntyre and Zayn. But
Triple H.
That was cringe, man. Of all the people that they could promote, of all the people that they could push that are the future of this company, guys like Breaker, people like Stephanie Vacour, all those people, you're gonna goon yourself.
And him saying it was the best Royal Rumble ever.
That's ridiculous. It was nowhere near the best Royal Rumble ever.
Sucking up to them Saudis.
Dude, even this, and there's conflicting reports about the excitement of the crowd. The people who were in attendance, and we've seen this, you and I have talked about this before, where sometimes it doesn't come through on the show over the camera, the reaction of the people in the crowd and everything. People in the crowd are swearing up and down that people were going nuts. But there were moments, dude, especially in the Women's Rumble. The first half of the Women's Rumble, that crowd was dead. Man, now they picked up the second half of the Women's Rumble. They started picking up. Well, for the majority of the first half of the Women's Rumble, man, they were dead. It was like, hey, yay. And then it picked up. And then certain moments during the Men's Rumble, definitely the highlight, I think, was AJ Gunther and Sammy, because obviously Sammy, being Muslim, of Muslim descent. He was a big favorite last night. So, but Randy better than Hunter. I said it. Oh, dude, I'm with you.
No, the best part was Mr. Iguana.
Oh God, dude. Of all the people you're gonna have as an entrance, freaking stupid. Punk and Reigns last night was very solid. Yeah, Punk and I'll say this: Punk looked better this Rumble than he did the last one. Big Daddy Zayn is so overrated. I like Sami Zayn. I think he's a very skilled guy. I'm gonna tell you what though, man. This gimmick of his is very, very stale at this point.
I agree with Big Daddy. He is not world champion.
The way that they presented him and the way that he's doing right now, no, I don't. I agree with him. And I think last night, if they were gonna put that belt on him at any point, last night would have been it. And the fact that they didn't, he ain't touching the world title.
Not last night, Saturday night.
Well, Saturday night. I'm sorry. He ain't touching a world title. So he got the rub from the Samoan dynasty that made him. That was a big part of it. That helped.
Yep.
But yeah, and but yeah, that was my GBU. What you got, Frank?
Oh, not. You already did good through an AJ, which solid match.
Bro, it's AJ.
It is AJ. I mean, hanging him up, man. You know, he's the class act, and if he's done, I mean, he's going out the way he should, man. Don't keep that career going too long. You know, spend time with the family, like we said last week with Rey Mysterio. You know, spend time with the family.
Yep.
You don't need to be in there when you're 60, 70 years old. My good. Let's go. Psycho Killer is all elite.
His match against Briscoe was good, man.
New TNT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Good match, him and Briscoe.
Really, really good match.
I would love to see those two guys team up as a tag team at some point.
Yeah.
If anybody can take the place of his brother, I think Ciampa can.
Well, I don't think anybody can take Jay's place, but him and Ciampa together would be pretty interesting.
Right. I mean, nobody can take his brother's place.
Right. And I know what you're saying.
But I'm saying if you're gonna put somebody together with Mark for a tag team,
yeah,
Tommaso Ciampa.
He's not big. He's not in great shape. Has no look, no charisma. Has a boot to the face for a finisher. Yeah, I've never been. I liked him better when he was El Generico. El Generico, yeah.
Yeah,
but Sammy was better in Ring of Honor and in NXT.
But give me Tommaso Ciampa. You know, do what you can with the guy. Hopefully, he has a nice run in AEW. I think he was. And I think he was wasted in WWE. Honestly. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was awesome in NXT.
Yes,
because he was a big part of that NXT Black and Gold brand when Hunter was in charge, and they were going up against AEW in the early days. Yep. And we said, like, during that time period, man, NXT was the best product that WWE was putting out. There were nights where sometimes AEW was the better show, but the better wrestling was on NXT, and then sometimes it was the other way around.
When it was Black and Gold, and it had nothing to do with where it's at now. Yep. It was
fire.
Great.
When he was so good as a freaking heel, man.
When you brought guys like Enzo and Cass up to the main roster, the fans went wild for that because of the excitement of NXT, the Black and Gold.
Oh, dude, you remember
when he changed that? You ruined it.
Yeah, dude, you remember how crazy the crowd went when Nakamura first showed up?
Yep.
Then when that freaking violin hit, man, that whole place lost it, and that was like when he walked in there, he was a star, and Vince cut him off at the knees.
It was down in Full Sail. It was going good. It was its own separate thing. It didn't have to worry about Big Daddy. And then Vince just, nope, poo-pooed it. And just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay.
Not a see 4 water bottles deep and still half an hour away from home. Pray for me, dude. But you better clench them cheeks, man. But yeah, no, I know there's some people that are like, well, let him come in there winning that belt automatic like that. What does it say? The talent there is like that belt. The TNT title is basically
TV title.
It's their TV title. And I wish that they would just call it the TV title. Calling it the TNT title and the TBS title is stupid. But that belt, I don't have a problem with that belt changing hands like that.
No, not at all.
That's what that kind of belt's for.
It did when they had the TV title in WCW.
Yeah. That's what the TV title's for. It's defended on television.
Yep.
And it's won and lost on television. So yeah. And that's how you put some impact on a guy coming in.
And that gives people interest because you have a title match on TV on a regular basis.
And the friggin' belt changed hands.
Yes.
So that's how you drum up some interest. I don't have a problem with the way they did it.
Nope, not
but
at all.
I agree.
But that's my good, my bad. Just like I said, the Rumble matches themselves were just blah.
Yeah,
no surprises. I mean, you knew
Not
power.
really.
They called him Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys,
dude, and that got no reaction.
They did
that when Powerhouse Hobbs popped up, like maybe 5%, 5 or 10% of that stadium went, "Oh, it's the guy from AEW," and the rest were like, "Huh?"
You put Mr. Iguana in there, but you can't have Finn Balor in there.
That was freaking stupid. and of all the people that you're gonna bring in as a surprise, that's the dude.
And you have to bring the Bella twins out there. Really,
bro?
Now,
some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
God.
Obafemi, great.
That was dude. That was one of my favorite things was him coming out and him having a really good run.
Him having a Brock Lesnar run.
Yep.
Oh, Saruka, she looked really good.
Yep.
So
did Lash Legend. Lash Legend looked like a killer.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's when she started having that run. Her and Saul came in there, and when Lash started having that run towards the end of that run that she was having, that's when the crowd started getting into the women's rumble a little bit.
I muted it when Jey Uso came out. I just went mute. I could care less about him eating,
dude,
and then rolling it back in the ring.
Oh my god! When Roman did that, I was like, "Are you freaking serious, dude?"
And then when Jey comes out, Brock Lesnar gets eliminated. Like
they're saying that was a mistake. Yeah, they were saying that wasn't supposed to happen at that point. It was a miscommunication. So
yeah, several botches.
Because he landed kind of hard.
Yeah. Was the Alexa Bliss elimination of box because they didn't even post her name up there right away?
Yep.
But yeah, guys like Mr. Iguana was running out there with his stuffed iguana in his mouth. Come on.
And here's the thing. I don't have anything against that dude. I mean, you got a gimmick. People are freaking happy with it. Go for it. I feel the same way about him that I feel about Pockets.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a gimmick, dude. That's fine. I'm like, this is stupid. I just got nothing for you, man.
Yeah, and it's and here we are again with a masked man, this time attacking Braun Breaker. Was it Rollins? Who knows? Was it Adam Pearce.
No, you could tell from the build of the person.
Austin Theory.
It was the build
Finn
of the person.
Balor.
Dude, you could tell from the build of the person that it was Logan Paul. And plus, he did that little stutter step that Logan always does.
Right.
But just because he was the one in the mask doesn't mean that that's who they're going to unveil.
Correct.
Because I think that because they did that with the last time.
Right.
It was two different people the last time. So
and that's my bad. My ugly is Roman Reigns winning the Men's Royal Rumble. Like so Malicito leg kick said before. It's like, leg kick. He doesn't care about Reigns winning. I don't care about Reigns winning either, because Reigns is another Brock Lesnar. If he's champion, he's going to be a part-time champion again.
Yeah.
He really is. I mean, it's just him winning, the lack of surprises at Royal Rumble because of it being overseas. It just felt blah, like nothing there.
Yeah.
Do I want to see Reigns versus Punk? Not really. I have no interest in that. I have more interest in seeing Reigns versus Punk than I do seeing Reigns versus Rhodes Part 3.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. It was. I get. Because here's the thing: Roman's a big star. I get it, but you got so many better directions that you could go with that. Why does he need to be involved in that match? Roman is such a big star now. You could put him in pretty much any match, and titles don't matter with him anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't. He's what's another belt going to mean to you? That's just like, everyone's talking about, like with Cena. I was like, what does another title mean to Cena? What does another title mean to Randy Orton? Those guys are cemented as some of the greatest of all time.
Correct. I think it's a more compelling storyline if Randy Orton would have won the Rumble.
Yeah, but that's not because of the title.
Yes, because it would have been, is Randy going to catch and tie Ric Flair at 16? Because he's 15 right.
Appreciate you guys. Our boy Boogie Bentley.
Raid! It's a raid!
Yep. Appreciate you guys, man.
Fuzzy's raiding us. So is Randy and Tip.
What are you wearing, kid? Greenhorn? What are you, blind or something? If you're going to dress like every other curtain jerker here in Chattanooga, jerking the curtain off the wall and wearing it, this plan's never going to work. You need to dress more like the swing man with style, class.
See, I'm dressed like the swing man with style and class right there, baby.
Boogie made that clip. God, man, freaking 7-8 years ago now. Back when we still had the shirts and we were selling them, but appreciate.
I have the shirt right there, brother.
I got mine in the freaking closet over here somewhere. I got to dig it out. I'm probably too fat to wear it now, though. Put on like 60 pounds. But anyway, appreciate you guys. Yeah, all the Talking Balls guys. The guys obviously check out Boogie. He's the OG, man. I miss that dude. But yeah, any of you guys that were watching the Rumble, what did you guys think? But yeah, I agree with the situation with Roman. There's a for me, it's not so much the title that I think works with Randy being if Randy was the winner, but more his history with everybody that's involved.
Yeah,
because him and Cody got major history.
of course.
You know, him and Punk got hit major history. So whichever direction he went, you know, it's more compelling with him than it is with Roman. So, but it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We got what 2.5 months before Mania.
Yeah. They still got what? Backlash?
You got Backlash.
and Elimination Chamber coming up.
Yep. So we'll see. But
So what do you think about Liv being your women's champion?
well, anyway, that's the GBU guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump into what we thought about the Rumble. Liv winning is the safe bet.
Yeah.
That was, like I said, the best way for me to describe the way the Rumble went down is pedestrian. It was okay. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. It was okay. It was safe.
Yeah.
They went with a safe bet with Liv. Obviously the final four was Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Sol Ruca, and Raquel Rodriguez. I do like that they let Sol Ruca have a good run, and she was one of the final four. That tells me that they're really going to do something big with her going forward. Main roster run. So, but to me, it just felt like now's the Rumble. To me, feels like that's where they should be building stars, and I think they did a decent job of building up Sol Ruca and Lash Legend. But why aren't you building up Stephanie? Why aren't you building up Julia? You know, why aren't you building up? You know, because they have not used them well.
No, they have not.
They're not building that next generation. Like the new horsemen, they're not building the new horsemen. Not the way that they did 10 years ago. So what are you doing? Again, the women's Rumble, not a whole lot of surprises. Pretty much went the way we thought. I thought they might get a little more creative. I said the smart money. Well, I think we both agreed that the smart money was on Liv. And but I said that I thought a dark horse could be AJ Lee.
Yeah.
For them to set something up for her for a match at WrestleMania between her and Becky.
No AJ, no Bianca Belair.
Nope. No, none of the big return, none of the really big returns that we thought could be there.
Yeah, the only big return was Stratton.
Yep. Tiffany Stratton, that was it. So, I mean, because we knew because Liv wasn't a big return because she came back a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and the new people like we mentioned that like Sol Ruca, Lash Legend.
Yeah,
we knew they were going to be in there. So that wasn't a surprise.
No, we knew they were going to round out the roster with people from NXT.
Yeah,
but nope, nobody from TNA. Nobody. No surprise returns. Yeah, it was just kind of there. And again, and again, you know, it's not that it was particularly bad. It was okay, and I definitely think it was better than last year's. But I mean, you know, it like we said in the show, we said it like multiple times. First Royal Rumble outside of the United States. First Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, which is this massive market that they're getting crazy scads of money for. This is the show you put on.
And I didn't like the stadium setup. I mean, they say it was full, but didn't look right.
It didn't look like
the way the LEDs were behind the seats and everything like that. It just didn't feel.
It drowned it. It drowned it out.
Yeah.
Now they did. There was I had to. I saw it for a second, and then I saw a picture of it online. Someone took a picture when the lights came up in the stadium, and you could see that the majority of the stadium was full. At least now there were some empty seats. There were some.
Yep.
But it definitely was a lot fuller than it looked when the lights were down and all you could see was those LEDs. So I don't know about that setup. I don't think that's a good setup. And it didn't help that the depending on who you believe, the crowd noise didn't seem to be coming through on the over the television. Because there were points in the entire show that just felt dead. But then again, like I said, according to people who were there, they were like, "Dude, they were like, that's BS," and people were going crazy. So, and we've seen that happen before. That's a 6 shirt. Where do we get it? I gotta look into getting them made again. I've got the artwork for it. So that was a shirt we had a run. Back when Boogie was in charge of the Wrestling Council. It was really cool. It was cool, man. So I might look into getting them put up again. We had it up for a while, and just because, so much happened and the show, it's been hard trying to build it back up again. But yeah, I'll look into it and see what I can do about getting those back up there, and we'll put them out there.
Yeah, but and they set up storylines. You had whether it was intentional or not, or not supposed to be the way it did. You got Alexa Bliss being eliminated by Charlotte.
Yeah,
you had Asuka being eliminated by Kairi Sane.
By Kairi, yep. Dude, the way she yelled, as soon as it happened, she's like, Kairi.
you had Raquel eliminated by Liv Morgan.
Yep.
So there's storylines set up with all 3 of those eliminations.
Yeah. Tease. Yeah. Was it Judgment Day breakup tease number 379?
Yeah, which carried over into last night.
Yep. That's because now that's because you're an OG, brother. Yeah, and it carried over. Yeah, you said right. It carried over into last night. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, like I said, it wasn't bad. They went with and they said she was the odds-on favorite, and they weren't wrong.
Yep. Nope.
So Liv Morgan was your winner. She entered at 14. She was in for a long time.
She was. So was Saul Ruka. Ruka was in there for quite a while too.
Yeah, Ruka was in there for a long time. She eliminated Raquel. Then Ruka was eliminated by Stratton, and then she eliminated Stratton. So,
yep.
Next up, we had
AJ versus Gunther.
AJ versus Gunther.
Best match of the night.
I liked, you know what? I've been very critical of Michael Cole over the years. He's definitely better now that Vince isn't in his ear telling him to say stupid crap. It was nice to hear him talking about his time in TNA. I don't have a problem with the way this match ended. There's a lot of people that are upset with it because, the interpretation is that he's done, that this is it. But we talked about this, and I said, if this is his last match in WWE, I don't have a problem with it because he's going out like he came in. From a storyline wise, from a drama wise, from a dramatic perspective, it works for him. It works for Gunther because they've been setting Gunther up to be the legend killer.
Yep. And
so far, that's exactly what he's done. So, do I think particularly that this is legitimately his match? The odds are favored. I don't think so. Because he did that thing. Because obviously, at the end of the match, he was going to put his gloves in the ring, and instead he put them back on, and he did the phenomenal signal, and then he walked out. So, more than likely, that means they're going to pull some kind of storyline thing or what have you. He might go to TNA, do a match or two in TNA, something along that line, and then I don't know. They're gonna try to do something. Yes, he is. Big Daddy. Yes, he is. What that is, I don't know. Now, outside chance, he goes back to he's done in WWE, and he might do a couple matches in TNA or something like that. If he is in fact done with WWE, because there are reports that Tony Khan is set to offer him a freaking massive deal, even if it's just for 1 year. I've heard rumors of upwards of $20 million, which if he pays AJ 20 freaking million for 1 year,
That's
holy
a
shit.
crazy amount.
Huh?
It's a crazy amount.
That's a crazy amount. And that's just base pay. That's not on top of like what he gets for his merch or anything like that. That's bonker shit money. Now that's not confirmed, and you know how people in the IWC, they like to talk. But I get the feeling that if AJ's done, he's done. But on the outside chance that he does want to go out and have that fight, just kind of like Bryan Danielson did. He wanted to go have those final matches before he was done, right?
Yep.
Which is why he left and went to when he left and went to AEW. He wanted to have that final run where he wanted to have the matches that he wanted to have. I can see AJ wanting to do the same thing. Here's the thing. The people that are in TNA right now, the vast majority of them are not the people he was there with. The vast majority of the people that he was in TNA with are in AEW. You know?
Yep.
The only guy he's got a lot of history with in TNA that's over there right now is Frankie Kazarian. Everybody else, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Kenny Omega and the Bucks, all of his New Japan Bullet Club buddies, they're all in AEW. So I personally think that he's either he's done or he's still got some things he's going to be doing in WWE, and he'll be over in TNA doing a few things or something like that. However, if that is not the case and he is going to sign somewhere, would it shock me if he signed for one giant friggin' paycheck for AEW for 1 year and then that was it and he was done?
Nope.
No, it wouldn't shock me at all, because he strikes me as the kind of guy that wants to do that. He wants to have those matches just like Bryan Danielson. So yeah, and that's the thing. So that incident's what makes me think that he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna that he's done. That tells me that he's done. Me personally, that's the way I'm interpreting it. He's done. Now, however, money talks. And if Tony Khan legitimately, now remember, because Tony's got a buttload of money now that he can throw around. Way more than he had before. If Tony Khan legitimately drops a crazy paycheck in front of him, like my dad calls it cashing a crazy check. If he drops a crazy check in front of AJ, it might just be enough to make AJ go, okay, I'll go wrestle for another 11 months. And then go back to WWE and sign his Legends contract. Because if he does that, AJ can, because the way AEW works, if he wants to go wrestle Frankie Kazarian in TNA, he can do that. If he wants to go wrestle Zack Sabre Jr. in Japan, he can do that.
Yep.
With AEW. And then he's got he could have Christopher Daniels and him have that one last dance. Even though Christopher Daniels is pretty much mostly done, they could have that one last dance between those two guys. He could have his last dance with Joe. He could have that last dance with Kenny. He could do all those things. That he get those things out of his systems like Brian Danielson did, and then right off into the sunset. So Big Daddy said, I worked several shows with AJ and Joe on top in the mid 2000s. Dude, AJ and Joe, everyone, AJ versus Kazarian or Daniels is not a draw. It might not be a big draw. Well, I mean, AJ's the draw.
Yes.
AJ and Joe are 100% the draw. Dude, if I were, where's Takeshita? Where Takahashi? Where's? You're talking about Hiromu Takahashi. I get the feeling he's going to NXT, which I would like him to go to TNA. Because here's the thing: if Hiromu goes to Hiromu goes to WWE, he's going to be the next, because of his personality. He's kind of a goofy dude. He's an awesome wrestler, but he's a smaller guy. He's not going to be a world title guy. I really worry that he's going to be just another joke wrestler there. He'll be a lower mid card guy. He might not even be that. He might be the next Tozawa. So, in the way that that WWE treats their, Japanese wrestlers. If he goes to TNA, he'll be treated better, but I still don't know that he's not going to be a world title guy no matter where he goes. But TNA has the X division. That's the difference between TNA and AEW. He's got a lot of friends in AEW, but TNA has the X division, and he could be a champion in the X division.
I mean, like you said, NXT. I mean, there's going to be openings in NXT because the Obafemis, the Salbrukas, people like that are coming up soon. And
I guarantee you, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints are going up soon.
So they're coming soon. Now, with that being said, you're going to have to start purging people from the roster, the main rosters.
Yeah.
And one of those who might be on his way out soon is the Bulgarian Brute.
Yep.
Because he didn't look too good in Royal Rumble on Saturday.
Nope. He didn't look very happy either.
No. They haven't done much with him since he's been back. And
no. They haven't really done anything with any of the AEW guys. The guys that left and went to AEW and then came back. They haven't really done anything with any of them.
Except for Cody.
Well, Cody technically didn't leave to go to AEW. He left to go to New Japan.
Right.
And he reinvented himself and turned himself into somebody that they were interested in. So,
and again, you got Mr. Iguana, but you don't have a guy like Aleister Black in the Royal Rumble.
Yep.
Could have done something like.
Yeah, there's going to be openings in TNA because they keep getting gutted. Yeah. The other thing too is that he could go to CMLL. That's where he did his excursion. And Hiromu's he's pretty popular in CMLL from my understanding. So, I get the feeling the money is going to be what draws him to WWE. And if it does, he's not going to be treated very well. He's going to get paid really well, but he's not going to be treated very well. So, but hey, towards the end of your career, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because the thing with Hiromu is those injuries are really starting to pile up. Yeah. So AJ versus Gunther, I thought it was great. I know a lot of people had a problem with the ending, but it is what it is. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. The in-ring action was good. Obviously, Sami was a big Was a big favorite because of the Riyadh crowd. I know some people were really
wanted him to win,
yeah.
but that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. And the one thing I will say is I think Sammy did a great job of selling in that match. He did a really good job of selling. I like the way McIntyre won because he didn't just beat him, he broke him. He hit him with multiple claymores. He literally like waited for him to get up. It was like as far as McIntyre's portrayal in this, I liked it. The portrayal of McIntyre in this was, I'm a monster and I'm putting the final nail in your coffin. We're never doing this again.
Yes.
I'm putting the final nail in the coffin of your world title hopes. And on that note, I thought it was a solid match. Was it the best match they've ever had? Either one of them ever had? No. I will say that this match, the one thing about this match is it felt long.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It felt really long. You probably could have cut 10 minutes out of this match and it wouldn't have mattered. Because I'd have to look to see how long match. It had to be at least 30 minutes.
Seems about right. Seems about right.
Yeah. So you could have cut 10 minutes out of this match, and it would probably have actually been better. But anybody that, like I said, people that were like, because it's in Riyadh and it's in front of a popular crowd that he's going to be really popular, and this is the time they're going to pull the trigger. I was like, they're not taking that belt off Drew.
No,
they are not taking.
There's no way that was going to happen.
There's no way they're taking that belt off Drew right now. So again, predictable. That's what this match. Match was decent. Match was pretty good. Sammy sold like a friggin' champ. Drew looked like a friggin' monster, which he should. It did what it set out to do. The men's Royal Rumble. So what did you think about, first of all, what did you think about the order that everybody came out in?
Obafemi, I'm fine. Number one.
Yep.
Braun Breaker to set it up. I mean, you're not going to have some masked man coming out at another time in the ring to take him out. So if that was the game plan, which was take him out, perfect. You have a pissed off Braun Breaker right now who wants somebody take out somebody for what happened, and they continue to Adam Pearce storyline. Fine,
right?
And then Obafemi, running roughshod over the guys coming out in the ring. Guys like Matt Cardona, who he eliminated quickly. The other guys, understandable, not a problem with that.
Yep.
And Obafemi looked like a beast, so I didn't have a problem with. I didn't have a problem with the beginning of the match. Because you're trying to get this guy over, have him squashing guys, and eliminating guys that had no chance. Not a problem. Yeah. Then you get to Mr. Iguana, and it's like, okay,
yeah. Now the two people that I thought this Rumble really, they looked really good. Obafemi and Javon Evans.
Yeah.
I think those two guys, they intended for those two to really look like stars, and they came out and they looked awesome. Because the Femi and Steiner are what pro wrestlers are supposed to look like, as well as Gunther, Fatu, Reed, McIntyre, etc. I agree. They've got that superhero look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
and I agree with what Cole and them were saying, that Obafemi is a future world champion, because I can see that.
Oh yeah, dude. Unless they do something really stupid and they fumble the crap out of him,
or he gets hurt. Like,
Well, yeah,
look, concussions could take the biggest man out forever.
pretty much. Yeah,
So you take one good or two good shots at the head, and you're done.
yeah,
Like, look at guys like Jordan
right.
and Corey Graves. Head injuries are nothing to mess around with.
Dude, and it doesn't even have to be a head injury. If you get, people don't realize, you take like a spear, and you get, that whiplash effect that happens, your brain's sloshing around in your head, from the momentum. So, you can get a concussion from getting punched in the stomach. People don't realize that. But as far as like surprises that we thought could show up, there were really only three. Mr. Iguana. Obviously Chad Gable showed up as the original El Grande Americano. We expected that. But this Mr. Iguana, Will Hobbs, now known as Royce Keys, and La Parca, which was like, really?
That's a skinny La Parca.
Well, there's like seven of them.
I know.
There's like in AAA, I think there's like a whole family of them. There's like 3 or 4 of them right now.
Right.
Or there were a couple of years ago.
But it's guys like that, La Parca, Mr. Iguana, you could have brought some names in there.
Yeah. Like none of the other than we called 2 of them. We called Chad Gable and we called Powerhouse Hobbs. We called Will Hobbs. Other than that, we didn't get any of the people that we thought was possible.
Who's this Chad Gable you're talking about? He wasn't in the match.
Oh, shut your freaking pie hole. But then the final 4, Roman Reigns, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Gunther. I love the dude, Gunther. I will not tolerate slander of Gunther from anybody. That dude sold that calf crusher that AJ put him in through this whole freaking match, dude. Yep. And that's exactly that's how you sell. That's how you sell.
Now, granted, it wasn't that long because he came out as number 30, so he didn't have to do it for a long time.
No,
not like he came out as number 1 and was there the whole time.
Yeah, but the fact that he was selling that and they use that as an excuse for like why he gets eliminated.
Yep.
That's how you're supposed to do things. That's how you're supposed to do it. So big time ups on that. We both agreed that Randy would have been a better winner than Roman. It is what it is, though. We knew going into this. We knew going into this that the winner was going to be either Braun or Roman. We just knew. And sure enough, we were right. And other than that, there were no surprises. No, like, oh my God, he eliminated that guy or anything like that. None of them. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of average. It was pedestrian.
And again, guys like Rusev getting eliminated, it's like I feel bad for the guy because he's just not getting any kind of run that I thought he would.
They have nothing for this dude. They have nothing real for that guy. I think the guild is off the lily with him as far as they're concerned. He's going to be a perennial mid-carder from day one going forward. Same thing with Aleister Black. They got nothing for him. He's going to be mid-carder going forward from there. I mean, of all the guys, like Penta, he's not going to be a world champion.
Nope.
Ray Phoenix, he's not going to be a world champion. Dragon Lee, he's not going to be a world champion. You know, all these guys that they brought in. You know, Javon Evans is a guy that I think could be a world champion, but I don't trust them to pull it off. But yeah, all these guys that they brought into that they took from AEW. The only reason they took them is because they were taking them from AEW.
Yeah.
That's it. You know, and no disrespect to those guys. They could be some of those guys could be main event guys. They're just not going to be treated that way. But Penta isn't. You don't think Penta's has the potential to be a main event guy like Kick? But if I had to grade this Mania, this Mania, I'm stuck on Mania. If I had to grade this Royal Rumble, it would be like a C+. The Rumbles themselves were okay. They were okay. People had good performances in it. Punk looked a lot better in this one than he did the last one. Roman's Roman. Obafemi looked great. Javon Evans looked great. In the Women's Rumble, Lash Legend and Saul Ruga looked awesome. Beyond that, Penta is not a world champion either.
Yeah,
I think Penta has the potential. I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
They need to put him with his brother.
Yes. Here's the thing. Are they're good. They're good in singles matches. They are a fantastic tag team. They need to be a tag team. Why are you not? It's right. It's just, dude, this is the same maddening thing with me as when Tony Khan has the Continental title and the International title, and they're going to combine the two of them. And instead of calling it the Intercontinental title, which is right in front of their face, they call it the Unified title, but they're not unified. So it's not a unified title. You son of a bitch. This is like, you've got the Lucha Brothers, who's one of the best tag teams in the world, and you're like, nope, I refuse. They will not be a tag team. They will not be a tag team. It's like, you put them with everybody else except each other. It's like, God. That's proof positive right there that WWE does not give a shit about tag team wrestling.
And the only time Ray Phoenix has ever tasted the title was when he was in AEW with his brother.
Yep. Also when they wrestled in AAA and everything, but yeah,
I'm talking about recently.
Oh yeah, they were tag team champions. Ray was the international champion at one point. Before he got hurt.
They haven't. He hasn't tasted gold in WWE since he came over.
Nope. Of any kind.
Nope. Penta, yes. Ray, nope. Put him as a tag team. Put the belts on him.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those maddening things. You're like, why? But anyway, that was the Royal Rumble. All right. So going forward to Mania, obviously, we now know that it's going to be Roman versus Punk. Is someone going to be added to that? Maybe. As it stands right now, the match between is going to be Cody and my brain just took a crap. Cody, Jacob, and
Drew
McIntyre. As it stands right now, unless something alters it, which very well could. Do you think they're going to insert a third person into the Punk Roman match?
No, but I think they're going to insert a third person in the Stephanie McCoy Liv Morgan match.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Raquel Rodriguez.
You think it's going to be Raquel? I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. They're definitely setting up
split.
a split between them. They're definitely setting that up. So, outside of that, I mean, obviously, we know what's going to happen between Asuka and Kyrie. We know there's going to be a split between
Charlotte and Alexa.
Charlotte and Alexa. I'm trying to think, and then obviously we have this, is there an inside trade? Is there an insider trader in the vision? So they've got multiple storylines set up. The question is, are they going to pull the trigger on them properly?
And you still got AJ versus Becky Lynch coming up.
Yep. AJ versus Becky Lynch, which I was really surprised that we didn't get more traction on that.
And somehow, unfortunately, we're going to probably get the Bella Twins competing for the women's world title in some kind of tag, or women's tag titles, in some kind of tag match at WrestleMania.
I have nothing against them as people. I give less than a monkey's fart about either of them wrestling. I don't care. Brie seems like a nice lady. Why did she come back? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Well, probably, yeah. Well, it has to be the ducats. It's got to be. It's got to be
all about the Benjamins.
I mean, it's got to be those. It's got to be them friggin'. It's got to be them. It's got to be them dollars, man. But I'm gonna tell you what. Every time I see them on the friggin' screen, my thought turns to this.
No. Wait.
It's just time to. That's the bathroom break, man. It's time to get up and go make a sandwich or take a crap. But anyway, it is what it is. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. Are we actually going to get the breakup of the freaking Judgment Day this time?
At some point, probably not till Mania.
Like I said, this is tease number 371.
Yeah.
They've been teasing it for what, 3 years now?
Yep.
So we'll see. But anyway, guys, that was the Royal Rumble. That's our opinions. Thanks for being here. Everybody appreciate it. Boogie, thanks for the raid, brother. Miss you. And like I said, we'll talk. Maybe get you in here sometime. But appreciate everyone's here. Big Daddy.
And don't be a curtain jerker. Get your shirt.
Yep. Yeah. I will look.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
I'll look into getting the shirts back up for Tip Jackson and Sora the Demon. Appreciate you guys. But everybody that stopped in, thanks for being here, guys. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys. Be safe. Bye.